Bahashim Mashaki Habashai, the one of the Yard, Amen. The Shabbat, we see it.
You need one person?
Okay. Marshall, I got my back. Everybody else?
Okay.
Your dad did it?
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
All praises be to the power of Amos and Jacob, for his mercy truly endured forever. Shabbat shalom, Hebrews. Man, most of man, he been blessing y'all. Y'all look well fed. You know, everybody ain't doing all right. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Most I brought you through another week. All praises be to his name, man. Yeah, they said this captivity is coming to a close, man. I know y'all watching the news and seeing what's going on. We got ISIS knocking on your door, asking you who's in there. He's so afraid because he knows his kingdom is coming to an end. Hallelujah. He's going to try all kind of tactics in these last days. He's going to try everything. He's going to come up with new stuff. But it ain't going to help him. Because this truth is destroying this kingdom, man. The truth is going out, and this truth, and the light. You know what happens what happens to darkness when the light comes out?
Yeah.
Right? God is scattered. Right? I never seen darkness stand up to the light. I haven't seen that happen yet. As soon as that light turns on, the darkness disappears. Man. So as much as your brothers and sisters are speaking the words of the Heavenly Father and shining your light, that's what's tearing down this kingdom. This is a kingdom of darkness. All right. So continue to speak your light. Continue to show your light. All right. That's the power that we have. All right. The power we have is the truth. All right. And that power is more powerful than any weapon in Esau's army. Huh? It's more powerful than ice knocking on your door. Right? You ain't knocking his door. Give him the truth. You won't come back to that door again. Thus saith the Most High. All right. You're going into captivity. All right. We're going to get into it. We're going to go into the portion. The portion for this Shabbat day is Numbers 13 chapter to Numbers 15 chapter. So we close out the Numbers 15 chapter. So we got those chapters to go over today. All praises. Right? Merciful power. I hope a lot of the family might be rolling in a little late. The weather got held up a bit, but they'll make it here. You know how Hebrews is. I used to call it CP time in the world, right? We gotta make sure we on time for the Most High's business. All right, so let's get Colossians 3 verse 17. Let's start there. First of all, giving all praise to the Most High in the name of the Mashiach Yahushua, for his name is worthy to be praised. All right, so let me get that Colossians 3 verse 17. Come.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, giving thanks to Allahia and the Father by him.
Right. Everything we do in word or deed, we're going to give thanks. Be thankful, right? Because it's a gift. When somebody give you a gift, you say thank you, right? We are a different manner of people than other people. Right? When we were born, they said 2 manner of people was born. That's right. And our manners is different than these heathens around us, man. We're going to say please and thank you. We're going to say the water. We're going to say Baba Kushah. Right? Give me Matthew's Baba Kushah 5 and verse 14. No, verse 13. Gosh, I can keep going up. 13. I'll stop.
Oh, yeah. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 13. Ye.
Salakia. I got to do it. Verse 1.
Hallelujah.
I got to do it. It's hard for me to shorten that right there. What the Messiah is telling us here, we always got to remember this, especially in this kingdom in these last days. You know what I mean? Where it seems like, you know, that they have more than we have. But it only seems that way. Because the scriptures say he know our poverty, but we are rich. Right? And he's returning our precious things to us. Right? As we sit here keeping the Shabbat day, calling ourselves the Hebrews, the Israelites, remembering our covenant that was made by our forefathers and the Most High God, the creator of heaven and earth. We start to realize how blessed we really are. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, starting at verse 1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up unto the mountain.
Right.
And when he was set,
right,
his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying.
Right, so this is Yahushua. This is Christ teaching his disciples. Read.
Verse 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit.
Blessed are the what?
The poor in spirit.
He said, blessed are the poor in spirit. Meaning that you may not have abundance of riches, but you're blessed in the spirit. Okay? You're blessed in the spirit. And somebody that has riches and don't have the spirit upon them, what? They live in torment even though they have a bunch of riches. Right? They talk about more money, more problems. That's because you got no spirit. That's because you have no wisdom. Right? So the rich are tormented. The rich be committing suicide. Right? You wonder why would they do this and they got all this money? Right? They on drugs, what is it? Opioid epidemic, they call it. Right? What is opioid? That means all these rich people, they're addicted to these synthetic drugs. Right? And they can afford them. So when you can afford your drug, you don't get off of it. Right? You keep taking it and taking it and taking it. They be checking themselves into hospitals and clinics and rehab, and they got all this money. Why? Because they're rich in money, but they're poor in spirit. Right? So they what? They live in torment. Right? Read on.
For theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Right, because to you is the kingdom of heaven. Those that are rich in the spirit. The kingdom of heaven is for you. Come. Read.
Verse 4.
Come on.
Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Right. So our people, what? They're in mourning. Right? We the ones getting what? Our children are one being what? Shot down unarmed. Right? We the ones saying Black Lives Matter. Right? We the ones having marches and having just the other week, was it last week, they had a gathering for the young brother that drowned running from the police. Anybody see that in the news? Right? The police chasing him down. The brother didn't even do nothing. They chased him down. The brother drowned in the canal. Trying to get away. Right? Our people fearing the overseer. They're fearing the police force. Why? Because they time and time again, it's only common sense that if they keep shooting everybody, when they pull you over, you start to say, oh man, could this be my day? You know, when you live in that torment, you say you saw you get pulled over, they come out of the car, curse the police officer out. Right? What you pull me over for? I'm in my rights. We can't do that. Right? What do they tell? What our parents do? They pull you. What do they tell you to do? Right? Huh? Smile, be polite. Let them see your hands. Right? Why? Because you know what? You in jeopardy right now. Right? Esau get pulled over. They let me get your badge number. Right? They give the police. They harass the police officer. Right? It's a different mentality because we living in the same earth, but we're in two different worlds. Everybody understand that? We're on the same earth. Yeah, I give them that. Right? We're in the same sky, but our realities are very different. Our life is very different. But the most I said, the blessings is for us. The kingdom is for us. You're not going through this for no reason. You're going through this for a reason. You're going through these trials with being refined like gold is refined in the fire. Right? That's why we go through the hardships we go through. It's not for nothing. We're going to get something out of what we go through. All right? Read on.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Read on.
Verse 6. Blessed are they that do hunger and thirst
Come on.
after righteousness.
After what?
After righteousness.
Right. Those are hungry and thirsty for the word of the Most High. Right. You have come out your houses, your comfortable homes, and you're here to get the word of the Most High. Because you're hungry and thirsty to know the Most High. Right? Like we all are. And blessed are you because you're hungry and thirsty to know the Most High. A lot of our people ignore the Most High. They're going to go to the mall. They got other things to do. It's Saturday. I'm off from work. Right? They want to go hang out. They ain't got time for the Most High. Right? They want to go to church, enjoy themselves. Right? Maybe clap, dance, stand, sit down, sing a song. Right? Hear the pastor talk about himself. Right? What about the Most High? What about the Most High God? A lot of people say, I'm good because I don't hurt nobody. But do you hurt the Most High God?
Right.
Do we consider him? Because he gave us all these laws and all these rules, all this understanding. I don't think he did it for, because he had nothing better to do. He expects us to follow it. Right? So we have to learn it. We have to learn the ways of the Most High. That's why we have a Shabbat service here. You're going to learn the ways of the Most High. We're going to go into the portion. We're going to see what laws he gave us when we came out of the land of Egypt, when he refined us, when he made us out to be the people that's blessed and set apart. Because he said we are a holy people. All right, let's read.
The book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 6.
Come on.
Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Come on.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
Right? Come on.
Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see Allah.
That's right. You're going to see the Most High. That's right. Because you got that pure in heart. Right? We purify our heart. What's your heart? Your mind. Your mind. You got to purify your mind. Right? We got to clean this up. Our way of thinking. Right? For how many years we've been taught in this society a whole bunch of filthy thoughts. Right? Thoughts that lack the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Most High God. So we have to retrain ourselves from everything. Right? Our parents taught us how to walk and talk and eat. We gotta relearn everything. All right? The most basic knowledge is who are you? And we gotta relearn that. Right? And we no longer black, Hispanic, Negroes, and all these things that we were taught. Right? But we are the 12 tribes of Israel. Come. Read.
The book of Matthew chapter 5 and verse 9.
Come on.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Allah.
Right, and that's when we go out to the hood. I know y'all watch the videos and you say, why are these folks out here yelling on the corner? Because scripture say, blessed are the peacemakers. Right? Right? Sometimes it takes you to address the problem to bring the peace. Right? Our forefathers back in the 60s, they used to say, no justice, no what?
No peace.
So we have to make sure things is just. We got to bring the just actions back to our people, right? We got to restore just judgment. Give me that. Give me Zechariah 7 and 9. Right? Give me Zechariah 7 verse 9. We're restoring just judgment by us restoring the commandments in our own minds, in the minds of our children, in the minds of our neighbors, our fellow Israelites, brothers and sisters. Let's all think on the commandments of the Most High. All right? Give me that. Zechariah 7 verse 9. And,
the book of Zechariah chapter 7 and verse 9.
Come on.
Thus speaketh Yahweh of hosts, saying,
what he said?
Execute true judgment.
Execute what?
True judgment.
Right, we got to execute true judgment. Meaning that when we judge a matter, we say it's right or wrong, it's got to be according to the truth. Right? It's got to be according to the laws of the Heavenly Father. Read on.
Execute true judgment and show mercy.
And show what?
Mercy.
And show mercy. Meaning that what? We're not out there stoning people. We're not telling people. We're not condemning anybody. Right? The true judgment, we're showing mercy. We're saying, listen, this is wrong, but you can get right. You've been wrong, but you can be right. That's mercy. Most High showed us mercy. Because we were all wrong, huh?
Con.
I know I was wrong. I was dead wrong. But the Most High, what? He was merciful to show me what's right. Right? Let's read.
Execute true judgment and show mercy and compassion.
Right?
Every man to his brother.
To his what?
To his brother.
Right? Every man to his brother. And I'm going to say that goes for our sisters too. Every sister to your sister. Right? Show compassion. You know, we have to understand that, you know, listen, we are people that's been through it. Right? We are people that's guarded. But we have to tear all those guards down. Most High is reconnecting us as a nation. We've never been a nation before. Right? What we've been? We've been individuals. Right? That's what we've been. We've been individuals. All we've been taught our lives is to be individuals. Right? We make a joke saying we're individualites. Right? Learning to be Israelites. Right? Learning how to connect, how to bring our cords back together. Right? Because they separate us by what? By religion, by language, right? I hear some people separate themselves by what? Area code. I'm repping the 305, the 718. I'm from the 954. I'm from the 561. Right? What are you separating yourself by? Right? Dark skin, light skin, right? We have every reason to separate. But the Most High said, gather yourselves together, your nation not desired.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yahweh is the reason why we come back together.
That's right.
Right? His judgment, his truth, his laws. No one's above it. So we all in it together. Right? You ever been in a situation with a bunch of people? Y'all in that situation together. Right? You know, when you realize that, we said we got to work together to get out of this situation. Right? Ain't none of us above nobody. Right? We're all in captivity, whether you like it, believe it, understand it or not. You're in captivity too. Right? You're not out of captivity till you're in your own land, speaking your own language, serving your own king, right? Praising your own God, making your own laws, right? Enforcing your own laws. Then you say, okay, yeah, we out of captivity. Right? Have our own borders with our own captains, right? Making sure nobody crosses our own border. Right? When we go to school, guess what we learn from our own teachers? That teach us about ourselves. Right? Where are we now? We go to school, they teach us about them. Right? Who enforces their law? Whose laws are being enforced? Their laws are. Right? The presidents, the senators, the governors, they uphold the law of this land, not of us. So we're in captivity. We're behind enemy lines. But the Most High said, even behind enemy lines, he was going to set us in order. Right? All praises. Right? Matter of fact, give me that. Let's get that in Psalms. Psalms 50 and 16. Psalms 50 and 16. We're going to get back to that Matthews. That Matthews. Psalms 50 and verse 16.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 16.
Come on.
But unto the wicked, Allah saith,
what did he say?
What hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Right,
so you know these churches, these Christianity churches, Catholicism. Who was the Christians on the slave ship? Who remembers? It was the captain, right? The captain and the first mate, right? And the guards, right? Those were the Christians on the slave ships. We didn't come over here with this Christianity stuff, right? We were the Hebrews that were locked up, right? We were God's chosen people that was in chains, right? We were calling out to Yah, right? There's an old song. I know you know that song, Kumbaya, my Lord, right? Kumbaya, right? What are we saying? We saying Kumbaya, right? We're calling out for our Father. We're calling out for our King to come by. We always knew. What's another old song? Swing low what?
Sweet chariot.
What is the chariot going to do? Coming forward to what?
Take us home.
To carry us home. We always knew the chariots would take us back home. It's not new knowledge. Our foreparents were singing this during the slavery days, right? When they were on sweet chariot. They knew that what? The chariots of God was going to take us back home, just like the scriptures said. The chariots of salvation, the scriptures call. Right? So we're restoring this mentality. We're waking up. We're reconnecting with our people, man. Right? So he said, unto the wicked, who art thou to put my judgment in your mouth? Right? These preachers with their religions. You know, Ellen G. White with that Jehovah wickedness, right? 7 disadvantages, I call it, right? But they call it 7 advantages, right? I call it 7 disadvantages. Because you got the 7, and what happened after that? You fell off the horse. Right? That's all you got. Right? Let's read.
Psalm chapter 50, verse 16.
Come on.
But unto the wicked, Allah saith,
read.
What hast thou to do to declare my statute?
Come on.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Read.
Seeing thou hatest instruction.
I hatest what?
Instruction.
They hated instruction. What's the Hebrew word for instruction?
Torah.
Torah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Y'all hated Torah. Read on.
Seeing thou hast hated instruction.
Come on.
And hast cast my words behind
and
thee.
cast my laws behind you. Read on.
Verse 18. When thou sawest a thief, then thou contendest with him.
Right, consented with him. Right? That's right. You saw a thief and you got down with it. You want to get in on the take, right? Huh?
Bring me back something.
That's it, man. I guess he'll bring me back something. What you got? How can I help? Read.
And been partakers.
And been what?
Partakers.
You've been partaking. You know, you've been doing your part of. Read on.
With adulterers.
With adulterers, right? What is that? How we partakers with adulterers, right? You say, oh man, did you hear that new R. Kelly song? I love that song. What do you say? Huh? He could do better than your man? Huh? Let's be partakers of adulterers, man. Right? And we didn't just start doing that. Even back in the day, when me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on.
Oh man.
We both know that it's wrong. Right? But y'all going, nobody tell you going off. Right? Right? I go to Benjamin Land. He said, you stealing love on the side. Right? Right? So still be together. Right?
You remember that old Shirley Murdoch song, This Morning?
This morning.
I thought that was about waking up and going to school. I thought that was I'm always playing out about getting ready to go to school. Hey,
going on. Right? You've been going on. Right in front of our face. What are we talking about? We partake with adulterers.
Come on.
And we love that song.
Man.
Right? These are some of the classics. Right? So we got to understand that we've been doing this so long. It's a better, but we start to realize, man, I can't see this song is off. Right? Read on.
Verse 19.
Come on.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50. Thou givest thy mouth to evil.
Thou do what?
Givest thy mouth to evil.
Right. That we singing them songs. We gave our mouth to evil. We saying it's okay, right, to commit adultery. We saying it's okay to be a thief. Right? That's what adultery is. Adultery is something being stolen. You ever understand that, right? That's somebody's wife is being stolen in adultery. All right? The scriptures say that man will wander around sad once that wife has been spoiled, been taken away. Right? That's adultery, man. So we don't condone that. We don't condone stealing.
Right.
All right, read.
Psalm chapter 50, verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
And thy tongue frameth deceit. You lying to. Our tongues frameth deceit. We call it evil good, good evil. We talking a lot of things that don't make no sense. But the Most High, all through all that, he was still merciful and kind. Let's see what we're going to do. Read.
Verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Come on.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silent.
Right, the Most High was there all the time. Yeah, maybe you thought he was sleeping. But he was taking account of all our wickedness. All that we've done has been taken account. Right? He's been writing it down. He got it all on the records. Right? Read on.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one.
You might have thought God was all good with this. Right? As we was in our wickedness, we didn't see judgment. We automatically think, well, God must be okay with this. Right? My grandma, my great grandma was in the church. She lived to 100. God must be good with this. That don't mean that he was good. That means he's long suffering. That's what the Most High is. He's long suffering. He let you go ahead in your wickedness. Right? But now read on.
Psalm chapter 50, verse 21.
Come on.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silent.
And he kept silent. Come on.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
You think God was down with you. Read on.
But I will reprove thee.
I will what?
Reprove thee.
And that's what's happening today. Our people being reproved. Right? Now they're on the hot seat. All these pastors on the hot seat right now. Why didn't they have all these sermons about don't listen to those guys in the corner? Right? You the subject in church right now. I hope you know that. Right? That these pastors got a problem with you Hebrews.
That's right.
They say, everybody come tell you to keep the law, stay away from them. They trying to take you back. Right? They say stuff like that. They trying to pull you back. Right? But they're gonna reprove. They're in the hot seat right now. Right? The lies is being uncovered. Right? You can only oppress this truth for so much. How could you stop? It's like you have a leak, right? One leak, a pinhole leak. You can get something, you can stick something in that, right? But why does it stop? Then they start leaking over there. And now it's leaking over there. And now it's leaking over here. It's leaking all over the place. How are you going to stop this water? Right? You can't. You got to abandon ship. You got to get off the boat. Right? Because it's all over. The word is coming from too many directions. You can't cover every direction. I mean, he saw his pride. He probably think he can, but he can't. Right? Shut down YouTube. All right, shut it down. We'll be on the streets.
That's right.
Right? But you want to shut the radio down? You want to shut down the internet? What are you going to do? You want to close down Facebook? Right? When Mark Zuckerberg came out with Facebook, it wasn't for you Hebrews. You done took it over. Right? I got like 1 million friends. And they're all Hebrews, man. I don't know. Hallelujah. That's all I can say. Right? I know y'all got more than me because I'm barely on social media. Right? But the reality of it is that what the Most High is working to work in this time that even was told to us, we wouldn't believe it. Wouldn't believe it. All right, read it.
But I will reprove thee and set them.
And do what?
Set them.
And set them. Read on.
In order.
In what?
In order.
In what?
In order.
And that's what we're being. We're being set in order. Our houses are being put back in order. Right? We're learning how to be orderly in the sight of the Most High. We learn to have laws and commandments. That brings order. How could you have order without rules? Right? Everything needs a rule. The sun, the sun, everything has a rule. The sun don't rise, right, in the middle of the night. The sun has a rule. And it does every day. It does the same thing. The moon has a rule. Every month it does the same thing. Right? The sand and the sea have rules. The water doesn't go past a certain point of the sand. Right? We have rules, and that brings order. When that order is taken away, what do we have? Chaos. Right? Heavenly Father said, I'm not the author of confusion. Right? If confusion comes, but we take away the order. We ignore the order. But he said he's going to set us in order in their faces. In the faces of all the wicked. Right? They had their time. Their time has come to an end. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Read.
In the book of Psalms, chapter 50, starting at the top of verse 21. These things hast thou done.
Right.
And I kept silence.
Come on.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Read.
But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Right, set them in order right before you. We're doing it right in front of them too. We don't have to be no secret society. You ain't got to be no Freemason putting up little signs and ducking under the table. You know, in these scriptures. And you pass it under the table. We're doing it right there in front of us.
right.
Thus saith the Most High. They can even come to the camp. They'll get fed too. Right? What are they going to get fed? The truth, which happens to be their demise. Right? But it's right in their faces. Right? We're rebuking the pastors. We're rebuking this kingdom. And we're setting our people in order. And it's not being hid. Read on.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Now consider this,
All right.
ye that forget Allahia,
Come on.
lest I tear you into pieces.
Right. So consider this. Man. Consider what you see happening. Yet the Most High would tear you in pieces. Mean that what? You better pay attention. This is the time. Don't see all this happening and you think it got nothing to do with you. Right? Because if it ain't got nothing to do with you, there's a problem here. The Most High said, I will tear you into pieces. Right? Read on.
And there be none to deliver.
And there be none to deliver. All right. So let's keep that in mind. Man. The Most High is calling us, setting us in order in the face of all our enemies. Right? Go back to Matthew 5. I think you're up to verse 12?
10.
10.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, and verse 10.
Come on.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
Right, so you can't just waltz into the kingdom of heaven. You got to go through something. Everybody understand that? Scripture says gold is refined in the fire, so is acceptable men. Right? In the furnace of what? Adversity. So you got to go through something. Right? If you're going through something, that means the Most High is with you. Everybody understand that? Don't take it as the Most High forsake you. Right? As long as you have breath and life and health, the Most High is with you. Everybody understand that? He will restore you. He'll bring you through, but he'll bring you back. Scripture say, the Most High woundeth and he bindeth up. Right? Right? He woundeth and he binds up. So yes, he's going to put you through something. Right? You got to be prepared to be put through something. Yeah, Yahweh was, as he taught his disciples, remember, we're reading the Messiah teaching the disciples what they're going to go through. Right? And he's letting them know it ain't going to be no walk in the park, but you blessed. Right? Read.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 11.
Come on.
Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely.
Right.
For my sake.
For my sake, for the Most High's sake. I mean, many of you got families. When you went to your family and said you were an Hebrew Israelite, was you welcome? And they say, oh man, that's great. I can't believe it. Did you get an open hand? Did you get a pat on the back? Did you have like a graduation? Did somebody bring you flowers and say, great job? Or did they say, what the hell is wrong with you? That's what they said. You done lost your mind. You in a cult. Right? All manner of evil was said to you. I'm pretty sure everybody got a story. Right? When they realized they're Israelites, they was excited, they was full of fire and energy. I'm going to go tell my mom. Ran home to tell their mother. Mother said, man, she ready to start throwing holy water on me. I thought you lost your mind. Right? But that's what the Most High said. We're not going to get pats on the back. But we gonna make sure in this truth that we honor, those brothers and sisters that have made that transition. Right? We have a lot of respect for any brother and sister that picked up their cause and said, listen, I'm gonna be this Hebrew that the Most High created. Right? We have love and honor and respect for that. Right? Because it's not easy sometimes in this world. So I don't want you to do this. Right? This is swimming upstream. Right? But what is it, salmon, right? They swim upstream. Even though it's difficult, they do it every time around. They don't stop doing it because it's difficult, right? Because they have to do this, right? They could have said, like, you know what, man, all this swimming upstream, I'm done with this. I'm just going to plant my eggs down here. It ain't going to work that way. Most High created them and said, listen, you're going to swim upstream, plant your eggs, and that's going to be your drama for your life, right? And that's what they got to do, right? So just so the Most High set that in order, we set in order. It's something that we have to do, right? whether you feel weak a day or you feel like it's overwhelming sometimes, but that's something that you have to do, right? So you have to push through. Everybody understand that? Read.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 12.
Come on.
Rejoice and be exceeding glad.
Oh man, read that again.
Rejoice,
right?
And be exceeding glad.
And be exceeding glad. For what? Read.
For great is your reward in heaven.
That's what you always got to remember, man. Right? Especially in the roughest time. Right? In the roughest time, we might think these Hebrews crazy, but we enjoy the hard times. Because it reminds us that, you know what? When I conquer this, right? When I get past this, it's going to be so beautiful, man. That's right. I think Esau said it is where you got something, you see him on bumper stickers, no guts, no glory. Right? If you don't go through something, you don't get what's in the end. In the scriptures, it tells us that our city is set in a dangerous place.
I got that.
With deep water and you already got it. All right, go ahead and read it. All
right. So Second Ezra, chapter 7. You want to start at the top of it?
No, go right to the point.
All right. Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 9. If this city were now given unto a man for an inheritance.
Right, so our inheritance, our city, our great thing, our precious jewel, the kingdom of heaven, right? The heaven that's going to be on earth. Like you said, my kingdom come, thy will be done where? On earth. On earth. That's the kingdom we're looking for. We're looking for the kingdom on earth. All right? We're not looking to inherit the spiritual heaven. All right? You can inherit that real fast. Right? They give you a one-way ticket, right? But you want the heaven that's on earth. You want the heaven that we got to fight for. Right? Read.
The book of Second Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 9.
Come on.
If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never passed the dangers set before it.
If you never go through the danger, right, that's set before the city. So I'm trying to give you a beautiful city, but you got to go through this danger to get there. Read on.
How shall he receive his inheritance?
How you going to get it if you're not willing to go through it? If you're not willing to go through the persecution, you're not willing to go through some uncomfortability, right? If you're not willing to go through some ridicule, right? You may have to lose a job or two. It happens. Right? Don't think you're going through it someday. Nobody else ain't been through it, right? Yeah. The scriptures say, count it joy, right? Count it joy when you're persecuted for righteousness' sake, right? Read on.
Verse 10. And I said, it is so, Yahweh.
Right.
Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
Even so is Israel's portion. All right. So your gift is in a dangerous place that you got to go through. All right. You can't just waltz into the kingdom of heaven. Right. You're not going to just get there by accident. You're going to fight for this. Everybody understand that?
All right.
Let's go back to Matthew.
Matthew chapter 5, starting at verse 12. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth.
Right.
But if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Come on.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
Good for nothing, man. Right? So now when you got salt that's not salty, then what is it good for? Right? Yeah, this salt ain't salty. Right? It's nothing. It's dust. It's rubbish. Right? That's like our people that are putting on these law, statutes, commandments, man. You God's people, you got to act like it. You got the light, you got to walk in it. Everybody understand that? What's the purpose of you knowing the law, statutes, and commandments, but you're not keeping them? You read the Bible, but you don't understand it. But you're walking around with the Bible in your hand. Right? People like to put it on the dashboard of their car. They like to put it on the mat, put it on the, you come in their house, but they got the biggest Bible. The Bible's huge. Right? You know any scriptures? Yeah, John 3:16. And you don't even understand that one.
And they put $1 on that
right?
page too.
They put $1 on that page, right? Money's going to just multiply into the Bible. That's not what the Bible's for. Come.
And you can always tell the ones that just got on the dashboard has been sitting there because the top of it gets wet and worn by the sea and get faded.
No, they ain't never turn a page. Never turn a page in that Bible.
Only when the windows open the page.
Right? But these are the things that we do. These our people do these things because why? They have not been taught. They have not been put in order. They have not been reproved. That's why your work is extremely important. And I'm talking about the brothers and the sisters, right? Because you both have teaching that you must do, right? You know, our sisters have to teach other sisters and children, right? The children is the next generation. They got to hear it from you because they got to hear it with the nurturing that comes from a woman, right?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes Abba might say something, you know, but it might come out so hard that he ain't really grasp it. But that's why what? That's why Abba's there, right? Break it down to them. But you got to know this word. You got to know these verses, right? Our sisters, I mean, it's my experience. Is women have better memories than us. So they should have all the precepts. Because I don't remember what happened August the 13th, 2080, 85. I don't know what happened in 85. But my rip was here. She told me, man, you was there. You had on the blue shorts. I don't really know much of what happened last couple of weeks ago. Right? Hey, listen. But if I can remember these verses, that means our sisters can remember these verses.
That's right.
So we expect our sisters to be like walking concordance. That's right. You're supposed to know the verse. I'm going to say, sis, what's the verse of that again? It's right here, brother. That's what I want to hear. Right? Because that shows that what? We in the same spirit. Right? We in the same spirit. Because there's only one spirit. Right? Because if you're not in that one spirit, then what spirit are you in? You're in the other spirit. Right? You want to talk about the other spirit? Right? The spirit of the adversary. Right? Nobody wants to be that. Nobody signs up to be Satan. Right? So we got to make sure we in that one spirit. Right? The spirit of Yahweh, the Holy Spirit. Right? The spirit that Yahweh said he's going to comfort us with. Right? He said he's not going to leave us comfortless. He said he shall come to us. Right? He shall send the Holy Spirit. So and what the Holy Spirit going to do? Teach us, man. So we learn. Right? So we learn it. That Holy Spirit got us learning all kinds of things. Over 613 commandments, man. There's all kinds of things we need to learn. Right? We become agriculturalists. Right? We learn about agriculture. You know, we figured out that these fruits with no seeds are abomination. Right? There's no fruit that was ever put on the earth that don't have a seed. Right? Just the other day, I watched that video, brother. I don't know who put the video out there. Was talking about the bananas. I was kind of cut, man. Because, you know, I like a banana. I never thought about it. Where's the seed? Right? You go to banana and buy a banana from the store. Is there a seed in your banana? Wow. It's supposed to be a seed in there. Who knew? Right? Brother brought it out. Open up the banana, had seeds in it. I was like, I was blown away. Right? So that tells you how much levels that we are. So much is happening to us. We don't even know everything that they're doing to us. They doing stuff to us we don't even know what's going on. Probably got rays and stuff going through our bodies, all kind of madness. Right? If it wasn't for my second house side, we'd be finished. We'd be finished. We're dealing with the devil, man. He got to deal with the devil, and he got an endless bank account. So he can come up with all kind of madness. Right? So we got to watch ourselves. Just when the Most High reveals it to us, we just make those changes. Everybody understand that? You don't want to get over, you don't want to be over righteous and destroy yourself, right? But when the Most High show you something, you got to observe that and say, wow, Most High come. You know what I mean? That's righteous. So we got to become all things, right? The medical, everything. You got to be careful. When you saw doctors and stuff like that, you got to ask the question. What is that again? They give you some long name, put it in Google. Figure out what it really is, right? Before you put it in your body. Everybody understand that? Right? You can't trust Scripture say, trust not thy enemy. Right? Just check things out. Take a minute. I'm not telling you to get consumed with it, but take a minute out and value your vessel. Right? That's what houses your spirit. Right? When your vessel is messed up, it messes with your spirit. Everybody understand that? Right? They're not separate. right? Your vessel is a vessel is something that holds something, right? You put water in a cup. The cup is the vessel of water. So now if the cup got a hold of it, what's going to happen? The water's going to pour out, right? It's going to be corrupted. There's something else in the vessel that's going to be corrupted. So we got to make sure that we take care, not just, that our spirit is true and is right, but we make sure our vessel, our bodies is good too. Everybody understand that? All right, let's read.
All right, so we're coming from Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
Read.
It is thenceforth good for nothing,
Come on.
but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Right, to be thrown away and stomped on. Right? That's what we're good for if we lose our savor. Read.
Verse 15. Ye are the light of the world.
Who's the light of the world?
Ye are the light of the world.
Who's the light of the world?
Ye are the light of the world.
So the Mashiach is talking to his disciples and said, you are the light of the world. Now he's talking to you.
Come.
You are the light of the world. Everybody understand that?
Come.
Everybody in here, you are the light of the world. Right? How are you the light of the world? Read on.
Ye are the light of the world.
A
city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Come on.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
Come on.
But on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
So now understand this. For you to be the light of the world, you have to give light. You have to give light. What's the light?
The laws.
The laws, right? Right? Give me Isaiah 8:20. Then give me Proverbs 6:23. First give me Isaiah 8:20.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony.
To the what?
To the law and to the testimony.
Right, the laws, the Torah, the testimony of our forefathers that wrote unto us. Read on.
If they speak not according to this word.
If anybody's trying to teach you, but it's not according to the laws and the testimony of our forefathers. Read on.
It is because there is no light in them.
Right, so they would only try to teach you like this because they lack light themselves. Right? That's why when we go to teach the word, we teach what? The law and the testimony. Why? Because we have light. The light shows us to teach the law and the testimony. Right? Read on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20 and 21. All right, as soon as I get there again.
Okay. It's like, what you said, going on to Proverbs?
Yeah, come.
Okay.
All right, book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20 and 21. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And they shall pass through it.
Right.
Hardly bestead and hungry. And it shall come to pass, when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king.
And do what?
And curse their king.
Why? Because there's no light in them. Right? They'll turn their back on the Messiah. Right? Because they'll fret themselves. Their end is no good. Why? Because there's no light. They're not teaching the laws and the commandments. So now let's get the light. Give me Proverbs 6 and verse 22. Proverbs 6 and verse 23. Let's see now, what is this light that's causing us that we have to teach the laws and the testimony, right? That we're coming from this place. And that's how this is what makes you the light of the world. This is what makes you illuminated. All right? Hallelujah. Read.
20 or 22? 23?
6 and 23?
23.
Yeah.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp,
right?
And the law is light.
Right. So what you're showing, what people seeing in you is the commandments in you. When they see you keeping the commandments, you're like a bright light. right? When they see our sisters with their head covered and they got their modest apparel on, they covering up their bodies, right? They got their fringes and their borders. You're a light to other people. They see you and they go, wow, what is she about, right? Or they see your brothers, you growing your beard, you got on your fringes, you got on your borders, right? You might even be rocking a mitre, right? You might be rocking a bonnet, whatever you're putting on of your heritage. They hear you speaking words, and the words you're speaking is not like Raheem and them. You're not talking like they're talking. You're talking about something completely different. You're talking about salvation, but you don't sound like Pastor Johnson. You're talking about it differently. You're talking about it saying it's only for these people. When you talk of salvation, you're talking about establishing a kingdom on this earth. Right? So they hear it coming out of your mouth and they say, well, he got the Bible, but he's talking different. They're seeing the light, right? They're seeing the light in your words and your actions, right? They see the sense of urgency in your speech, right? We're not out there talking about, hippie doctrine. We're out there with a sense of urgency. Everybody understand that? You got to wake up, and you got to wake up now before it's too late. Right? We ringing the alarm. Right? The trumpet is being blown. Okay? And when they see that, they know that's something different. They know that this is I got to go check that out. Right? That's the light that they're seeing. Right? Read.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 23.
For
the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
Read.
And reproofs
and
of
what?
Reproofs.
Read on.
Of instruction.
Meaning that we're showing them that their instruction is wrong. We're showing them right instruction by using the law and the testimony. Read.
Our instruction, and reproofs of instruction are the ways of life.
It's the way of life. It's not religion, it's a way of life. It's how we live. Okay? This is how we live. Go back to Matthew, just finish it up. And we'll get to the portion.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, starting at verse 14.
Yeah.
15?
14.
Hallelujah. Matthew chapter 5 and verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Come on.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Right, so you don't hide these laws, statutes, commandments. Make sure that you're proclaiming it, you're showing it, right? Make sure you let everyone know that listen, you're a Hebrew Israelite. Don't hold that back, right? Let anybody know that you got to keep these commandments, especially for our children. So they go to school, they be peer pressure. You got to be prideful of who you are. Right? Don't be afraid to confess your nationality. Don't be afraid to say, I'm a Hebrew. That's your light. That's what makes you unique. That's what brings your power, your wealth, your worth. Without that, you are salt. You salt that's not salty, right? And what good is that, right? You said the salt loses savor. What good is it? It's good for being trodden down underfoot. Read.
Verse 16, the book of Matthew, chapter 5. Let your light so shine before men,
right,
that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Right. We're going to do all of that just to get to that point. All right? Is that your works, your light is glorifying your God. Everybody understand that? That's how you glorify your God. Right? Not singing no gospel Sunday song. That's not glorifying the Most High. When they see you walking in the statutes and commandments, speaking and talking of the Spirit of the Most High God, that's how the Most High God gets glorified. Everybody understand that? All right. So let's glorify our Father. Don't skip any opportunity to glorify the Most High God. Okay? Always speak. The scripture says our words are to be what? Seasoned with what? Salt. For the edifying of all those that are listening. So let your words be at all times this way. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's go to the Numbers 13 and verse 1.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, this week's Torah portion, starting with the book of Numbers, chapter 13 and verse 1. Okay. And Yahweh spake unto Mashah, saying, Send out men that they may search the land of Canaan,
right,
which I gave unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one of a ruler among them.
Right?
And Mashah, by the commandment of Yahweh, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel.
Right. So he sent the heads of the children of Israel. So even in order, we always had order. He didn't just send anybody. He said, listen, the heads go and search the land of Canaan. Now, what's Canaan? Who's Canaan? Who's Canaan, right? What?
The Hamites.
Children of Ham, right? So the Most High said, go look at these other people's land, because I'm going to give their land to you, right? So to show you that the Most High have respect to persons, right? Because there's people in the land, but your God's chosen people, and the earth belongs to Him. Everybody understands that? Right. He said the earth is His and the fullness thereof. Okay. So the Most High can take this from anybody and give it to somebody else. Don't give man no credit. All right. Man did not. They did not. Even Esau, he think he captured this earth. How did the wicked get this earth? How did he get this earth? Somebody said a sword. How did he get this earth? He was given it. All that other stuff is, it came to pass. It was how it was given. It was how it was how it was delivered, but he was given it, right? Give me a Job 9 verse 24. Let's see how the wicked got this earth. So we don't give them too much credit. He didn't outsmart us. They're not stronger than we are, right? We give Esau too much credit, right? He's in his folly right now. Hard body in his folly right now. Watching the news is like a comedy. It's like a comedy skit, right? I watched today where they had some briefing going on, and Esau I said they have the art of not answering a question out. I said, man, he's gonna go back and forth trying to get a question answered. He would not answer that question. Right? They had what was that? Gosh, it's slipping my mind now. We were watching it earlier at the house with of course it's about Trump, right? But it was one of his guy that's doing that whole exposing him. Exposing all, everything that he's doing. Head of the FBI or something to that effect. And it was Bueller. There you go. Thank you. Yes, the Bueller report. And the cat was just giving him questions. He was not answering any of those questions. He had a question. He had a way of getting around. He said, "So you're saying this? Perhaps." So, it wasn't a yes or no that came out of his mouth. Right? That's the intention. Right? He had a way of being evasive, just like a snake, man. He was just slithering all over the place. And I said, wow, this cat. I just had to watch and say, wow, this cat did not answer one question with a straight answer. Right? But that's the way he moved. That's how his whole government is run. Right? Nothing is yay or nay. That's what we live at. We live on yay or nay. Yes or no. Right? Kun or la'ah. Right. That's it. Right? Either you're doing it or you're not doing it. But they have a evasive speech. Right? The scriptures say that they words as smooth as oil. But what war was in their heart. Okay? So we speak with a forked tongue. Say one thing, meaning something else. All right? So we have to be aware of this evasive speech. You know what I mean? And we don't practice it, but we have to be aware that that's how they move. All their policies can be looked at 2 or 3 different ways. They have those pictures that they show you, and everybody look at the picture and see something different. I don't know how you be doing that, though. That's witchcraft or something. Say, oh, I see a woman in a dress. No, I see a dog.
You talking about that ink that they
and we be looking at the same picture. You gotta wonder, this man is a master of illusions.
Right.
He's a master of illusion. You gotta be careful. You gotta know, am I under illusions? Our people are under a lot of so many illusions that they become delusional, right? For being under all these illusions, making you see things that are not there, right? We have to be aware of this, right? So don't trust it. Don't even trust what they show you, right? You might say, man, it's right there on the video. I don't even trust it. Because they got this thing called, what they call that thing that we do with the videos? What they mean? Like, it can put your head and put your face. Photoshop, right? Yeah. You can get Photoshop down at, probably at the Walmart, right? It's so easy now. And if you can get Photoshop there at Best Buy, what do they have now? Right? If you can go to the store and buy Photoshop, that can do all this wild stuff, right? Put a beard on your face when you didn't have no beard, all kind of stuff, right? What do they have? What can they do now? Right? Because they don't ever give us their top of the line technology like that. They'll bring it out later on. You know what I mean? They might be able to have holograms sit there in the seat. Huh? You think a brother was sitting in the seat? He's not even sitting in the seat. And I saw him. He was there. No, he wasn't. You could be sitting next to a hologram like, well, did you pass me that? And the cat don't answer. You got to understand it's rude. He's not even there. Right? That's what you're up against. You got to have that mentality in this kingdom. I don't trust nothing but the Most High God. I don't know, whatever, I don't care what you trust. You say you showed me, it broke it down. This is science, whatever. Right? Whatever, I don't trust it. What's that?
Psalm 58 and 3.
58 and 3?
The wicked is estranged from the Lord.
Oh, okay, yeah. You get that. Psalm 58 and 3. What were you holding?
Book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
Come, yeah. Read that first, then we get something.
The book of Job, chapter 9, and verse 24.
Yeah, we're going back to how did they get this earth? Read that.
The earth is given.
Is what?
Is given.
No, they conquered it.
Is given.
No, it was technology.
Is given.
It was a sword.
Is given.
No, they war.
Is given.
They're so damn smart.
Is given.
The earth is given, read on.
Into the hand of the wicked.
They gave the earth to them. They didn't earn nothing. They didn't dupe us. They didn't get over on us. We got over on ourselves.
God.
We tricked ourselves into believing that we were going to exist on this earth and not keep the Most High's commandments. Mm. How bright was that? That we're going to be in God's land and decide that, you know what, He gave us this land. We don't got to keep these commandments no more. We chilling. Right? How dumb was that? But to this day, we still make these idiotic decisions, knowing that the Most High is calling us to Torah, but we want to find a way around keeping Torah. He woke you up. Right. He gave your heritage back to you. You think you're going to trick Him now? If the Most High give you the law, statute, commandments, keep them. Keep them. Don't let Satan trick you into anything. Everybody understand that? Because all he's doing is trying to take from you, steal that which was given. Right? That's all he's trying to do. In your reasoning, in your mind, in your senses, understand that it's either right or it's wrong. It's good or it's evil. All right? Whatever Satan, whatever tricky words he's trying to come with, listen, don't get caught up. All right? The earth was given unto the wicked. All right, read on.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
And what they do? Read.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Right, what did he do? He covered your face. Right? Gave you a new identity and took your identity. Right? Read on.
If not, where and who is he?
Right, and that ain't the wicked. I don't know who the wicked is. Most I say, listen, that ain't the wicked. Where and who is the wicked? Because that was terrible. Took your nationality, told you was African, and told you that he's a Jew. Right? You gotta look at that. Come into your house, take your stuff, and say, this was my house all the time. You never lived here. This is my place. Right? Who are the original Jews? Right? Bishop R.F. Davis. Who are, well, the fact that we gotta ask this question is ridiculous. Right? Now we gotta ask this question. Who are the original Jews? Right? There was no confusion who we are. You know, when you leave this land, those of you that travel out, the world knows who we are. They're not mistaken. They got all kinds of names for us in the world. All it reverts back to is we're the children of the Most High God. They know exactly who we are. They look at us like we're crazy. Right? What is that? Oh. Shlomo says, the invention of Jewish people, right? The invention of Jewish people. That's an invention, right? There's no such thing as Jewish, right? That's a man-made ideology, right? That I can act like something and then become it, right? Could you imagine that? What if that was true? You could just act like something and become it. Like I can police today. And I'm going to throw a siren on top of my car. And I'm going to start pulling people over. What's going to happen? They're going to lock me up, man. They're going to lock me up. They're going to put me in a straitjacket. They say, this guy's crazy. Crazy these people look, talking about they the Jew. Right? They should lock them up, put them in a straitjacket, man. They got to lost their mind. Right? Not because you act like you are something makes you what that is. But then again, in this world, they do that, right? They got men that act like they women.
Right.
And then you're supposed to accept them as a woman.
Right.
And people actually call this man her and she. Right? And I mean, what do we...
Saying I tolerate.
Maybe I'm just not part of this earth. Huh?
Saying I tolerate.
I tolerate it. Right? They got women that act like men. People call them him and her. Him and Mr.
It's confusing, right?
Right? It's madness. Right? You gonna say a dog act like a cat?
A lion act like a bird.
Right? A lion want to be a bird? Want to jump out of a tree and start talking? What are you doing? Huh?
A lion swinging from tree to tree.
Huh? Shayla. It's ridiculous. Shayla.
The authors.
Uh-huh. The author.
Lothar.
The author of this book is Shlomo Sand. Shlomo Sand. All right. That's how the Amalek pronounces Solomon. Shlomo. Right? And the other one is Bishop R.F. Davis. Bishop R.F. Davis. Right? The original Jews.
If you can't get that, the invention of the Jewish people, right? He came after the steps of Arthur Koestler, so he modeled his writings after Arthur Koestler. He's not a namby-pamsy. You know, he's a professor of what's that, Eleazar? He's a professor of Jewish history. Yeah. He's up there. So you know him, just like Arthur Koestler, man. They went after his head for telling the truth.
What? And they're both family.
And they both family. Oh yeah. Straight from the horse's mouth. We got that song too, man.
They reconstructed Nefertiti, right? On USA Today News, right? And Nefertiti, we all know Nefertiti's out of the Mizraim, right? Which looked just like the Hebrews, right? And when they reconstructed her, this is how she came out.
Joan Rivers
with a headpiece. How do they do these things, right? And this was a great revealing to reveal it. And he had on news, the revealing.
Yeah.
Live. The live revealing.
Look at the picture. It says live on it.
Yeah, live. Right? Yeah. What is this, USA Today?
Yeah.
USA Today. Right? Live. The revealing. Right? You guys are still lying. You're lying about everything. Don't you get tired? We have. Oh, this is like, you know,
original Nefertiti.
Right. So it went from looking like this in the hieroglyphics, clearly being a brown hue, to then looking like this. But this is the recreation. Come on.
What's the Edomite lady that played Aliens?
Sigourney Weaver.
There you go.
Sigourney Weaver, Angelina Jolie. Any which one of them, right? Same difference. All right, let's read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3.
Come on.
The wicked are the wicked.
Who?
The wicked.
The wicked. Read on.
Are estranged from the womb.
From the womb. Mean that what? Read on.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
As soon as they be what?
Be born.
So now, are people born wicked? Read that.
Psalms chapter 58, verse 3.
Read the scripture.
The wicked are estranged From the womb.
From the what?
From the womb.
Okay, now what's the womb? I gotta break it further down. What is the womb?
Your mother's belly.
Your mother's belly. Read on.
They go astray.
Right? They go astray. Read.
As soon as they be born.
Are people born wicked?
God.
Thank you. There are some that are born wicked.
God.
They were created. They're called vessels of dishonor.
Mm.
They were made to be wicked. You can't make them right. The scriptures say, who can straighten what I have made crooked? Right? The Most High made something crooked. You can't straighten it out. He made it crooked for his purpose. Right?
The saying goes, who Yahweh curses, no man bless. But
The saying goes that way?
Yeah, they say, like, no man blessed with Yahweh curses.
I don't know that saying.
You ain't heard the saying?
I lost it.
Oh. No, I heard it saying.
God, it's also an unclean thing. Yeah, God.
Maybe it's clean and clean.
14 to 4.
I don't know.
14 to 4.
Give me,
I'm on the other side.
give me, is it Sirach 7:13? We shall make,
Ecclesiastes 7:13.
Ecclesiastes 7:13. Yeah, that's what it's Ecclesiastes 7:13.
That's just been the red one.
Right? Right? Hallelujah, man. We listen, iron sharpening iron, man. That's what we do here. You know what I mean? So we gonna make sure we all right, right? If I say something I'm wrong, check me, right? I come out and say something like, yo, I don't know what scripture that is now, right? Because we can all speak of our own mind at one point in time. You know what I mean? Read that.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 13.
Come on.
Consider the work of Yahweh.
Consider what the Most High has made. Read.
For who can make that straight,
Right?
which he hath made crooked?
But he made crooked already. Read on.
In the day of prosperity, be joyful.
Right?
But in the day of adversity, consider.
Right, right. Consider. Meaning that what? The Most High sets things up, and that's the way it is. You can't decide for the Most High, oh, he shouldn't do that. Yeah, people say, well, God shouldn't have done that. Listen, he made the darkness. What good is the light without the darkness?
Right.
Don't you realize that the darkness gives the light value?
Right.
You gotta think about these things. We have a balanced and just God that we serve, right? His thoughts are above our thoughts. We would just want everybody to be good, and then let's all join hands, and let's all. Well, if you're a man of war and you don't have an enemy, that's not a good life, right? Because you're a man of war, you need what? You need a conflict, right? You need a battle. So we got to know our God, the God we serve is a God of war. That's why we have to be soldiers. That's why we have to fight, because our God is a God of war, right? This is what it is. So you want to try to make it something else, right? You're only fooling yourself. Right? We got to trust our Most High God, accept the Father who He is. And in doing that, we're going to excel in spirit. Okay? Let's go. Strange in the room. Oh, Shiloh.
You mentioned about the vessel of dishonor.
Yeah, come.
Where is that?
You can get a couple of different places. Romans. Romans 9.
9:21.
Romans 9:21. It's also in the Apocrypha.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, starting at 20. Okay. The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 20. Nay, but O man, who art thou that repliest against Yahweh?
Right, who are you to check the Most High? Come on.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?
Right, how people say, oh, the Most High, God put me in the wrong body. Right?
Man.
You got women saying, I'm supposed to be a
woman.
I'm supposed to be a boy, and this is why I act this way. No. Who can say to the thing formed, can say to who formed it, why am I thus? You made me wrong. Right? Read on.
Verse 21, the book of Romans chapter 9.
Come on.
Hath not the potter power over the clay?
Right, has not the power over the clay, meaning that what? If you make a clay object, it comes in a soft clay and you mold it to whatever you're creating. Right? Read on.
Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor,
right,
and another unto dishonor?
Right. So he made one vessel to honor, which is the children of Israel, and he made another vessel for dishonor, right, which is the children of Edom. Okay. Their end is a dishonorable end. Our end is an honorable end. Everybody understand that? Right? The path of our kingdom is what we're going to be glorified in the end. He said, I will yet choose Israel. Right? So when it's all said and done, the Most High said he's going to choose you when it's all said and done. But what is it going to happen to Esau when it's all said and done?
Captivity.
They said, be no more left of the house of Edom. That's what the scriptures say. A dishonorable end. So you might look at how things are today, but you also have to look at the future. What's the end of all this? All right? The end of all this is that Israel is going to continue and Esau is going to get cut off. That's the end of all this. All right? So it's like a fixed fight. We might be in round 6 and it doesn't look good for us. Right? But don't worry. It's already fixed. 12th round, he's going down. Right? And we're going to win.
Hallelujah.
All right? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. There's more on this.
All right.
Verse 22. What if Allahia willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endureth with much long suffering,
right?
The vessel of wrath fitted to destruction.
So now you might be wondering, how come it's taking so long? Well, the Most High said he's going to endure with much long suffering. The vessel was fitted for destruction. He never said, no, I'm not rushing it. Let him go ahead. Let him pile up. Right? Just like he built up Pharaoh just to take him down. He let them establish all those gods just to make mockery of all those gods. Right? That's the power that we serve. So he let you go ahead. Rise. Do all these things. Go to the moon. Say you on Mars. Say everything. Right? No, you ain't been nowhere, but that's another story. Right? But say everything. Proclaim everything. So when you're brought down, nobody can say anything on your behalf. No one can say anybody or anything. Right? There'll be no rebuttal. Right? When they cast him into the sea, nothing. Okay. Just like he cast Pharaoh and his chariots in the sea. Right? In the bottom of the sea. Right? Who can say, oh, he shouldn't have done that? Right? They made sure he made sure that they deserved it. Right? So everything coming to Esau and the other nations, they deserve it. He's allowing them to deserve it. Right? Sometimes you might have a child, right? A lot of us have children, right? And like this little one right here, do a little something, you say, hey, cut it out. You do a little something else, hey, you keep trying it. But from that, now he's standing around, now he's standing on the chair, right? After a while, you say, all right, I know what you want, right? It goes off in your mind and says, oh, you don't want to be spoken to anymore, right? You're looking for judgment, right? So then you wait and you say, go have yourself a ball. Because when the wrath comes down on you, you won't be able to say anything, right? And that's how our God in heaven is. Remember, he's a father to us. He's our dad. He's our father. Fathers move a little, our mothers move a little quicker. They'll power you real quick, right? The father go, oh, all right. That's what you want to do. I got something cooked up for you, right? Let you go out there, you hanging out, you thinking you cool, you gonna come in late. You've been coming late all week, he let you ride. He gonna let you ride, right? Meanwhile, he just meditating all kind of things to deal with you with. And you thinking that it's all, you're thinking all together that he was one with you, right? But when that judgment comes, you realize he's bringing that judgment from last week, Monday, he's bringing up stuff.
Right. That Psalm 50 we just read.
That's it. We just read Psalm 50. That's the power that we serve. Okay, so we gotta understand God. Understand our God that's in heaven. And accept him. Right? And that in doing that, you will learn how to follow correctly. Everybody understand that? Shall
Yeah. According to said about make a mockery of him. It's more he did to show us how much he loves us. According to 2 Ezra 1, 9 and 11, he destroyed nations for our sake.
For our sake.
To show
what the earth is ours. Right?
To show us how much he loves us.
Right. The earth is ours. You know, we probably needed some convincing as a people. That's why he gave power to Moses, right? When Moses said, why would they listen to me? He gave him power. Our people need to see something. Right? Trust me, the day of our power, people ain't going to be arguing with us no more. Right? Right now they can talk because they seem like, yeah, you guys just talking. Right? All right. Most I start really putting that power out there, they go, all right, you know, ain't going to be no rebuttal. Right? Right?
After hearing the brother at camp last week was like, where's the power?
Yeah, he want to see the power. But he don't realize the power going to be on top of his head. He's not going to want the power. Right? Because when it's faced towards you, you don't want it now. Right? A lot of times people ask for it. You have to be careful what you ask for. Right? Most High came today. Are you worthy? Right? If he sent his son today, are you worthy? We got to spend our time preparing ourselves. Right? Preparing ourselves. Right? Most High is not slack concerning his promise. Right? Long suffering is what we're experiencing. You got to understand that he's suffering these nations, long suffering. Right? You got something for him. Right? 28, 19. Was you on something there? I think I was looking for, don't worry about it. Yeah,
or something with some, no, with Romans,
with Job. I was going to get the other pot in the clay, but it's all good. I think they got the understanding. So.
Well, he's one of Sirach.
Right, that's where I was going.
33 and
Yeah,
33,
13, yeah. That's where I was going.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33, and verse 12. Some of them have been blessed and exalted, and some of them have been sanctified and set near himself.
Come on.
But some of them hath he cursed,
right,
and brought low, and turned out of their places.
Right, and turned out of their places, right? So, you know, he blessed some, brought them near unto him, and some of them he cursed them, right? And these Canaanites said, you about to scout out the land, he took them out of their places, right? We about to oust Canaan out of the land, right? Read.
Verse 13. As the clay is in the potter's hand,
right,
to fashion it at his pleasure.
Come on.
So man is in the hand of him that made him.
Read.
To render to him as liketh him best.
Right. The Most High made you what he wanted you to be. Right? If he wanted to wake you up, you'll get woken up. Right? If he wants you to stay asleep, there's nothing we can do for you. We can give you the whole Bible and precepts. You still ain't going to see it. Right? The Most High got to wake you up. We do, listen, we go out there to teach, it's the foolishness of teaching. Because the Most High can wake you up. You see that in the movie, The Matrix? You can have a pill. You can have a truth pill. Wake you up and now you got the truth. Right? It can be that easy. But the Most High wants us to do this work. So we go do it. Right? Read.
Verse 14. Good is set against evil.
Read that again.
Good is set against evil.
This is what things that we have to understand. And we cannot fight this. Good is set against evil. Read on.
And life against death.
And what?
Life against death.
Life is against death. Right? We fight off death. If you ever see somebody, probably haven't seen somebody, but if you have seen somebody fighting for their life, right? Maybe they're in the hospital and they ain't taking death, right? Some people just go, they give up, they give up the ghost, gone, right? Ghost is gone, right? Some people, they ain't going, right? They may even come out of whatever the issue they have. They could be in a coma, they could be in there, and they'll wake up. Damn, I ain't done, right? They got that spirit for life. I'm not going out like that. Why? Because they're fighting. Life fights against death, right? If it win, you will restore your life. If death wins, you're going to have to lose it. All right? But it's a battle that goes on because our God is a God of war. Everything in your body, this battle is going on in your body right now. Right? You got white blood cells and different cells fighting off bacteria and stuff and foreign objects. All kind of wars going on in your body right now. Right? There's spiritual battles going on in the air right now. Some people trying to concentrate and other thoughts is coming in your mind and you're rebuking that spirit and saying, this is the Sabbath. Why are you thinking like that? Don't worry about it. Go through your battle in your mind. Right? But get the victory. Do a Mashiach Yahushua. Battle got too rough, just call in Yahweh Mashiach. That's what I do. If we get too rough, then Yahweh Mashiach Yahushua. You're like, yeah, when you say that, don't worry about it. I'm going to do a little battle. Not just one. All right, read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death.
Read.
So is the godly against the sinner.
Read.
And the sinner against the godly.
Right, so you coming out against the sinner will come back against you. You got to be prepared for that. Right? When you open your mouth talking about don't sin, somebody's going to come back at you. Right? That's why it's always a conflict when the Hebrews around. Right? Because when you open your mouth, you're coming against the sinner. And there's no place you're going to go on this earth. There's not a bunch of sinners there. So they're going to be back against you. Expect it. Welcome it. All right? Welcome it. So that you're prepared for it. Don't get coward or get afraid or I don't want to say anything because they're going to get upset. Yeah, they're going to get upset, so you better say something. All right? I better have something to say after you have said the first thing because you're going to have to rebuttal. Okay? Read.
Verse 16. I awaken up last of all.
Hold on. Verse 15.
Oh, sorry, no, verse 15. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another.
Right, so we got to look at everything the Most High created. There's always going to be some sort of conflict, right? There's always going to be the prey and the predator. Everything on the earth has a battle to go through. Okay? Right? Everything, right? Gravity is pressing down on you right as you speak. Right? Everything has something to press against. Right? That's how you know you're strong. I would say, how do you know when you're strong? When you pick something heavy up. When you carry a heavy burden. That tells you how strong you are. Right? If you never pick up anything heavy ever, how do you know how strong you are? Right? So you have to go through something. Prepare to go through something. Right? Let's go back to Numbers. Because we go precept and it's going to be like 8 o'clock. That would have like, all right, let's finish the portion. Let's go back to the portion.
The book of Numbers, chapter 13, starting at verse 3.
Gosh. Verse 3.
And it reads, and Mashah, by the commandment of Yahweh, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel.
Come on.
And these were the names of the tribe of Reuben. Shamuah, the son of Sakhar, and the tribe of Simeon. Shat, the son of Harai, of the tribe of Judah. Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, of the tribe of Issachar. Agal, the son of Joseph, of the tribe of Ephraim. Oshea, the son of Nun, of the tribe of Benjamin. Palti, the son of Raphu, of the son of Zabalawan. Gadiel, the son of Sadai, of the tribe of Joseph, namely of the tribe of Manasseh. Gadiah, the son of Susi, of the tribe of Dan. Amiel, the son of Gemaliel, of the tribe of Asher. Shathar, the son of Michael, of the tribe of Naphtali. Nathbi, the son of Vosvi, of the tribe of Gad. Guel, the son of Makai. These are the names of the men which Mashah sent to spy out the land, And Masha called Hosea, the son of Nun, Joshua. Verse 17. And Masha sent them to spy out the land of Canaan, and said unto them, get you up this way southward, and go up into the mountain, and see the land which it is, like out what it is, and the people that dwelleth therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many.
Right.
Verse 19.
I gotta point out something real quick. That how Moshe saw Hosea and called him Joshua. What does that mean?
Deliver,
Right, it means deliverer, savior, right? Yeshua, right? He saw Hosea and called him the deliverer. So he already knew that, just so that Moses already knew that he gonna come back with the right report. He knew it in his spirit when he met him. He said, Hosea, that one right there, he not like the rest of them. He called him Yeshua. Right? He already knew that. God is with that one right there. Right? So just to show you that Moses in the spirit already kind of told us who's going to come back with the right report. Right? Let's read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 13, starting at verse 18. And see the land, what it is, and the people that dwell therein, whether they be strong or weak, few or many. Verse 19. And what the land is that they dwell in, whether it be good or bad, and what cities they be that dwell in, whether in tents or in strongholds.
Right.
Verse 20. And what the land is, whether it be fat or lean, whether there be wood therein or not. And be ye of good courage, and bring of the fruit of the land. Now the time was the time of the first ripe grapes.
Come on.
Verse 21. So they went up and searched the land from the wilderness of Zin unto Rehob, as men cometh to Hamath. Verse 22. And they ascended by the south and came unto Hebron, where Hamaim, Shishai, and Talmai, the children of Anak, were. Now Hebron was built 7 years before Zoan in Egypt. And they came into the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes.
Right.
And they bare it between two upon a staff. And they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. Numbers chapter 30, starting at verse 24. The place was called the brook of Eshcol, because the clusters of grapes which the children of Israel cut down from thence. And they returned from searching of the land after 40 days. And they went and came to Masha and to Aharon, and to all the congregation of the children of Israel, unto the wilderness of Paran to Kadesh, and brought back word unto them and unto all the congregation, and showed them the fruit of the land. And they told him and said, we came unto the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey.
The land itself was very prosperous and full of nutrition. I mean, we could eat off that land. We'll be just fine. The land had all the vegetation coming out. All right, Shalomaya?
You cut off the cluster of grapes, right?
Yeah.
You can say they put it on a stick and roll from them carry it. That means
Right.
the grapes have to be
Some grapes.
some
grapes.
You know, the grapes we got, like a cluster, is small now.
These grapes you get at Walmart. It's not Walmart grapes. These is grapes. These is grapes, when you look at a cluster of grapes, right? I think that these silly grapes that we call grapes today. We've been robbed and spoiled, right? These are a cluster that they had 2 men holding on a staff, carry the weight of all the juice that's in them grapes. The grapes was heavy. All right.
So up this point. That's another thing that with the seeds, we eat grapes that don't have seeds. So, in my experience, first time I ate grapes that had seeds, it scared me. I didn't know what it was. You know, I bit into it and I ended up, you know, spitting out, it actually cut into them. Them grape seeds are huge and hard, you know? So that's another thing to go along with that weight, King.
So you had seedless grapes before you had seeded grapes.
I've never had seeded grapes but once in my life. And then when I had it, like I said, it scared me. I thought something was wrong.
That's how far we are from our kingdom, right? Because, you know, I'm a little bit older than you. But we didn't, seedless grapes, I remember when seedless grapes became popular. When all the grapes had seeds in it. And then they started having a few seedless grapes in a section. And you're looking at it like, seedless grapes? You know, we kind of think about it like, you know, we don't have to spit out the seed. Right? You know, a Satanist, you know, we might be better. We might be better. Right? Without no wisdom, right? Nobody questioned and said, well, if it get no seed, how it reproduce? Right? That thought they would cross your mind. You just thought, oh, this is easier. This is better. Right? After the truth came and you said, this is an abomination. Why am I eating these grapes with no seed? Right? I remember when they brought out oranges with no seed. Right? I can remember the first time I saw this, I'm like, man, no seed in the orange. Right? I didn't believe the grapefruit until somebody had to prove it to me. Grapefruit with no seeds. And all you remember about grapefruit is the seeds. Right? The millions of seeds to be spitting out. Right? So, you know, to have our generations now being born, don't even experience seeded fruit first. Right? That's how far things have changed. Okay? But, you know, most of you go here and cry. And restore us back to our land with the seeded grapes. All right, let's read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 13, starting at verse 27. And they told him and said, we came into the land whither thou sentest us, and surely it floweth with milk and honey.
Come on.
And this is the fruit of it. Verse 28. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land.
Oh boy. Yeah. There we go.
And the cities are walled and very great.
Right.
And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there.
The children of Anak was there. Anak was there. Right? So they coming back at her with a report of, I don't know. I don't think we could take them. Right? The fear was on them. Right? And we saw the children of Anak there, right? Right? Today, the children of Anak would be like the Watusi. Right? You know about that tribe of Hamites, the Watusi? Like the new Bowl, right? And he got his son playing now, right?
Bowl.
Oh, you see, they didn't even.
What's his name?
Bowl.
You can't make that stuff up. How ridiculous is that? Bowl. Right? Anyway, right? So, Bowl, he's up there too. You know what I mean? About 7, 8 or, huh? Oh, he's at 7'2"? All right. His father was way taller than that, right? 7'10", right? Yeah, his father was 7'10". He was down there 8 feet tall. Yeah.
Modern giants.
Yeah. So understand what they were seeing, right? Because then you have brothers that's like, not to pick you out, but Yashram, right? And you standing up and somebody's like 7, somebody's like 7'8". You're like, this cat is unreal. Almost twice your height, right? Read on.
The book of Numbers, chapter 13, starting at verse 28. Nevertheless, the people be strong that dwell in the land, and the cities are walled and very great.
Come on.
And moreover, we saw the children of Anak there. The Amalekites dwell in the land of the south, and the Hittites and the Jebusites and the Amorites dwell in the mountains, and the Canaanites dwell by the sea and by the coast of Jordan.
Everybody's over there. I got a whole, all the, man, there was a lot of them, all the nations is over there. Read on.
Verse 30. And Caleb stilled the people before Mashah and said, let us go up at once and possess it,
right?
For we are well able to overcome it.
That's it. There wasn't the spirit of courage, man. The spirit of courage was on Caleb. I said, man, still the people, man, because you know the people after hearing that report, they start to murmuring, saying, "Oh man, we can't make it, we can't do this." He still the people said, no, man, let's go up and take it right now. We got this. We got this. Right, read.
Verse 31. But the men that went up with him said, we are not able to go up against this people, for they are stronger than we. Verse 32. And they brought up an evil report.
Right, the Most High called that report evil. Why did he call it evil? Because they were scared. So is the scripture saying that it's evil to be scared? Come on. Right? We're not to fear man. Everybody understand that? Or what man can do. If you're fearing man and what man can do, that's an evil thought.
That's right.
Right? If you let it count you out before you consider the Most High, damn, brother, we can't go over there. They ain't gonna let us teach there. Right? You already counted yourself out. Right? Sometimes we gotta move in that spirit of the Most High and just say, listen, man, just say we going out there. Whatever happens, gonna happen. Right? Let's go do this. Don't have an evil report within your spirit, right?
Joshua 1:7.
Joshua 1:7. You did that, huh? Right? So it's evil to be fearing man. Even when I went out to, we was out in Vero Beach, and they took me to the spot in the mall. And I'm like, Cash really teaching in the mall? I was surprised. When he took me to that spot, I was like, we better get away with this, right? He said, come on. I said, well, let's just do it now, right? And to this day, we teach it in the mall. We've been teaching in the mall every week in Vero Beach. That's private property. Publix is right there. The movie theater is right there. No soliciting sign right behind us. No standing, no soliciting. The sign is on the video. But we out there. That's it. Right? Until the Most High moves us. That's what we do. With the loudspeaker.
Breaking
right?
noise ordinance.
Breaking noise ordinances, everything. Right? A lot of people say, well, South Florida is no place to teach because you can't stand nowhere. You can stand anywhere you stand. Right? You can stand there till somebody says you can't stand there. And then you can walk over there and stand over there. That's what we do. Right? Because the word got to go out. Right? So that's the thought pattern. That's the spirit you got to be in for everything that you come up against. Somebody say, you can't work there with a beard. I bet you could. Right? I'm about to really find out. Right? Because I'm walking up in there with my beard. I haven't seen my face in 30 years. Right? So I don't know what it look like. Right? So I can't shave my beard off. I might be light skin under my beard. It gotta be. That weak spirit, that Christianity soft spirit, that's not the Most High.
That's right.
Right? Oh, you can't do nothing. You're upsetting people. Right? 2 weeks in advance, they come to work. Right? That's a setup.
Jake ain't coming to work.
You know it. We go on another job interview. We're gonna make a career of job interviews. I'm not sure. I'm gonna interview. I'll never get past the interview. I keep getting paid. Right? So,
buy new pair of Jordans.
right? Right? So the reality of it is this: we have to earn our blessings. Scripture say, if we sow sparingly, we're going to reap sparingly. Right? If you are so with the Most High, He's gonna be so with you. But if you are dedicated and you prepare yourself for opposition, you're going to bring out this word no matter what. You're going to be courageous and strong. Then He'll be what? He'll be bold to bless you in ways that others might say you shouldn't be blessed that way. Okay. And the Most High is merciful and kind. All right. So let's keep that in mind. Let's go back to the chapter.
All right. Sirach chapter 2.
Precepts.
Hallelujah. Sirach chapter 2, verse 12.
Okay.
Hallelujah. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands,
right?
And the sinner that goeth 2 ways.
Goes 2 ways. He can't make up a mind. He said, woe unto fearful hands and faint hearts, man. You can't go two ways. You only can serve one master, huh? Right? Either you about this Father or you not. The Most High will get your attention. Right? You don't want that. Right? You want to willingly come and serve the Heavenly Father. Okay? Right? You want to do what's right. Read.
Verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall not be defended.
And oh man, he said, you don't believe that you can be defended, therefore you won't be defended. How that works, right? If you feel you can't win, guess what? You won't win.
That's right.
You already defeated yourself.
That's right.
Right? So you have to put that trust in the Most High. Right? Proverbs 3 and 5, right? Trust in the Most High. Lean out upon thy own understanding. Trust him. Right? When you know how to trust the Most High, man, all the doors open up. Right? And if one door doesn't, you just try the next one. Right? You keep moving. Right? You just keep moving. All right, let's go back. That's it on that? Right? Okay.
Verse 14. Woe unto you that have lost patience. Mm-hmm. And what will ye do when Yahweh shall visit you?
Right? You lost patience, you gave up. You said, man, I've been going out in the camp so long, I'm still not getting what I need, what I want. So you try to find another way. That's when you know you lost patience. When you try to find another way. When you say, you know what, there's something else I need to be doing. Right? Keeping the commandments is not enough. I need to be doing something else. Right? What you're doing is what? Right? You're giving up. That's what you're doing. All right? So let no one here in the spirit give up, huh? Right? But be persistent. Use the strength the Most High gave you. What's the purpose of being strong and you never use your strength? Right? Use the strength the Most High gave you. Right? If he wanted you to be weak, he wouldn't give you anything to do. You could be weak and just lay down. Right? Right? You got all this energy and strength. Look at our young brothers, man. I got all this energy and strength. You know what I mean? God didn't do that work, man. Right? You know, when you get to the eldership, right? you know, you're allowed to take some time. Right? But these young brothers, man, I gotta go out. If you want to go out 7 days a week, go on, brother. Don't let us stop. Right? Don't let our aches and pains stop you from going out 7 days a week. Right? Let's go on. Let's go back to Numbers.
All right, yeah. The book of Numbers, chapter 13, we're at verse 32. And they brought up an evil report of the land which they had searched unto the children of Israel, saying, the land through which we have gone to search it is a land that eateth up the inhabitants thereof.
So he said the land will eat you alive. Right? What are they talking about? Not a land is going to be against us. Right? We know.
And all the people that we saw in it are men of great stature.
Right. We know.
Verse 33.
This is an evil report we're reading here. Keep that in mind. So they're saying these men are too big. The land will eat us alive. When they talk about the land eating us up, it's talking about like the animal.
The wilderness.
You know, the wilderness, the life, the wildlife will destroy us. So that's what they be afraid, because in those days, listen, when that sun go down, you better be somewhere where it's secure, because there's things roaming. You know what I mean? Anybody been to that type of land know that at nighttime you need to be somewhere that's secure, because everything's coming out, right? And they coming to eat, they ain't coming to talk, right? So we are aware of that. But the fear, they're trying to push this fear upon the people, because why? They're not trusting, they're not believing, they're not being courageous and strong, right? These men that's bringing us report,
Verse 33, and there we saw giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers.
As what?
Grasshoppers.
Is that an exaggeration or what? He said we were grasshoppers compared to them. Do you know how small a grasshopper is compared to a man? Right? You know these guys going off. Right? You know they going off right here. Read.
And so we were in their sight.
Mm-hmm. All right, they'll just step on us and crush us, basically, right? Read on.
That's it.
Chapter 14.
Chapter 14. The book of Numbers, chapter 14, verse 1. And all the congregation lifted up their voice and cried, and the people wept that night.
Uh-huh.
And all the children of Israel murmured against Mashah and against Aharon. And the whole congregation said unto them, would the power that we had died in the land of Egypt, or would the power that we had died in this wilderness? And therefore hath Yahweh brought us into this land to fall by the sword, that our wives and our children should be a prey. Were it not better for us to return into Egypt?
Was it not better for us to return to Egypt? Right? So what happens when the challenges come? People want to what? Retreat. Right? You came out of wherever you was at, the church system, whatever. You might come to this truth and go through a couple things. Don't think that I'm gonna go back, right? Because you went through a couple of problems, right? The Most High, listen, to be courageous and strong is the call of the Most High, right? And he's gonna try that courageousness. He's gonna try that strength. But don't get worried. Don't get afraid. Don't try to go back. Don't try to go back out in the world. The scriptures say, you come to this truth, you go back out in the world, guess what? It's better that you never heard the truth or been born, right? It's better that you never heard it, right? Better you should have never come. That's what the Most High said, all right? So we got to keep that in mind, right? It's better that these men went to see this land. They come back talking about we should be back in Egypt. It's better that they never left Egypt. Right? But then the anger of the Most High wouldn't be so kindled. But after all the Most High has blessed you and shown you, you want to go back. But to show you that spirit always existed. So when you hear somebody got that spirit on them, remember these scriptures. Right? Remember that spirit always dwelt amongst our people. Somebody that's afraid to move forward. Right? Afraid to take the stronghold. To do something that nobody has done before. Right? In the spirit of the Most High God. Right? Don't let that person be you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14, verse 4. And they said one to another, let us make a captain and let us return into Egypt.
You said we're going to make a new, they're looking for a new team. Forget about Moses, man. We got to make our own captain. Let's go back to Egypt. Maybe we can pick up where we left off. Are people really trying to choose captivity? They're literally choosing captivity over the Most High God. Over freedom. Okay. Okay. Sound familiar, don't it, man? Read.
Verse 5. Then Mashah and Aharon fell on their faces before all the assembly of the congregation of the children of Israel.
Come on.
6. And Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Yaphnah, which were of them that searched the land, rent their clothes. And they spake unto all the company of the children of Israel, saying,
what do they say?
The land which we passed through to search it is an exceeding good land, and Yahweh delight in us. Then he will bring us into this land and give it unto us, a land which floweth with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against Yahweh, neither fear ye the people of the land.
Right.
For they are bread for us.
They're what?
Bread for us.
He said they are bread for us. We're going to eat them
That's
up.
right.
They got nothing for us. What? So he's giving them what? A speech of encouragement, exhortation, as the scriptures call it. Right? We need to exhort one another. If somebody feeling a little afraid, a little fearful, exhort that brother, exhort that sister. Tell them that they can do it. Right? Tell them that they can't overcome whatever obstacle is before them. It's not over. Right? It's not a wrap. You could get the victory through Hamashiach Yahushua. Right? That's the words that should be in our mouths. Everybody understand that?
Come.
Read.
Yes, we can.
Numbers chapter 14 and verse 9. Only rebel not ye against Yahweh, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and Yahweh is with us.
That's it. Come on.
Fear them not. Verse 10. But all the congregation bade stone with them. Verse 10. But all the congregation begged, stone them with stones.
Right.
And the
Go ahead.
And the glory of Yahweh appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right, so they were about to stone Joshua and Caleb for speaking up for the Most High. So when you speak right, people are supposed to be what? Encouraged. Not Israel. Israel is a stiff-necked and rebellious people. When they're set in their mind to do otherwise, it don't matter what you say sometimes. Right? They're going to be against you. You have to be prepared for that. Right? This is why, remember, the things written aforetime are written for our learning. That's why we're going over this right now. The Most High is preparing you for a challenge right now that's going to be right in the same spirit that you're reading here.
That's right.
And when it comes up, you're going to remember these scriptures, and you're not going to allow yourself to be overthrown. Right? You're not allowing yourself to be weakened by other people's fear. Right? You're going to stand strong for the word of the Most High. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Read.
Verse 10. And the congregation bade, stone them with stones. And the glory of Yahweh appeared in the tabernacle of the congregation before all the children of Israel. And Yahweh said unto Mashah, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me?
Right.
For all the signs which I have showed among them, I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and will make of thee a greater nation,
right,
and mightier than they.
He said, man, I'll get rid of all Israel. Right. He was so angry with us as a people, he said, I'll smite them all and give you a new nation. Right? But he said, they ain't no good. That's how the Most High feel about us when we are rebellious against him. Right? So you don't want to be on that side of the Father. He wants you to be strong and courageous, not be scared and weak. Read on.
Verse 13, the book of Numbers, chapter 14. And Mashah said unto Yahweh, then the Egyptians shall hear of it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them.
Right.
And they will tell it to the inhabitants of the land.
Right.
And they shall, for they have heard that thou, Yahweh, art among this people.
Right.
That thou, Yahweh, art seen face to face, and that they cry, and that thy cloud standeth over them.
Right. So what he played, they came at the Most High and reminded him that the earth has seen your glory. So you need to finish the work. Right? You got to finish this work. You think the Most High, in these days that we're living in now, think about this for a moment. Do you think the Most High woke up all these Hebrews just for us to go back to sleep? Now think about it for a moment. All these young brothers and sisters all over the earth. I speak to people in other countries. They got little, gatherings. They starting to keep Torah all over the earth. Just for you to go back to Christianity. You think the Most High would do that? Is a God of folly? He had to be waking all of you up for a reason. Everybody understand that? So even if it seemed like it's taking a long time, he didn't wake you up for nothing. He woke us all up for a reason. We're yet to see the glory of that reason. Right? But you have to hold fast. Understand that the Most High is not going to do all this for nothing. Right? Pull us out of the world. Pull us out from all the wickedness that we was entangled with. Give us our heritage back. Just to say, oh, nothing. Right? Nah. Right? So as much as you see this word multiplying on the earth, understand that that's your salvation. You see it coming. You're seeing it coming. We're looking for salvation, and it's right before our faces. Right? We are the salvation that we're looking for.
That's right.
Okay? You are the sign that you're looking for. The fact that you got on your fringes and your borders, you're claiming your heritage. Right? Your generations before you, they didn't do this.
That's right.
All right? A lot of you are first generation Israelites. Right? Was your father and your mother Israelites? Was your grandfather and grandfather Israelites? They didn't know, right? So that's lifted. That cloud is lifted of understanding, not for no reason, for a reason. Because now is the time. Now is our time nearer than when we believe. All right. So keep that in mind. Just like they were telling Moses and Joshua and Caleb was telling the Most High, listen, you didn't bring us out of Egypt for nothing. Cross the Red Sea, come into the wilderness just to kill us? That wouldn't make no sense. Everybody understand that?
Right.
If he wanted to kill us, he could have killed us in Egypt.
Right. That's right.
Huh? Right? Go ahead.
The book of Numbers, chapter 4.
So does this show that Most High get tired too?
He gets what?
Does this show that Most High can get tired?
I don't think he's tired. I think he's trying us. Right? Because the evil is there to test us, man. Remember, Satan is called the tempter, right? To test our what? Our integrity. Are we going to stay the course? All right? So I think that that spirit that was in the people, he's looking to see, can we overcome it? Every obstacle that's put in our way is for to test us to see if we can overcome it. All right? Right?
Deuteronomy 8 verse 2. Answer his question.
Okay. Deuteronomy 8 verse 2.
Yeah.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the ways which Yahweh thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee.
To do what?
To humble thee.
Right. So everything that we went through, this scripture, right, is to humble us. We were still proud. So we had to go through these things. Moses had to show us that he's the power, that we're not the power. So we have obstacles in front of us that's greater than us. So we can no longer depend on our own strength. We have to depend on the Most High God. Everybody understand that? That's how he makes you faithful. Putting you through something that you can't fix. And watch how easy he can fix it for you. Right? Showing you his strength, right? Very good verse, right? Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the way which Yahweh thy power lead thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee,
come on,
and to prove thee,
right?
To know what was in thine heart.
Right, to what?
To know what was in thine heart.
That's how you find out what's really in your mind when you're challenged, right? Everything is easy, that's cool. But when problems come, that shows you who you really are. Are you going to run away from the Most High? Are you going to fall apart to pieces, right? Are you a house made of cards, right? So when a wind comes, you just fall apart. Right? Or do you have some strength, some integrity? So that's why we was like the brother bringing out. It wasn't that he was tired, but he wanted to test our integrity, the Most High God. You know?
Oh yeah. What was in thy heart, whether thou would keep his commandments or no?
Mm-hmm. Right. Go back to where we had numbers.
Oh yeah.
Right. Good verse. Right. So that's why we was out there for 40 years.
Yeah. So like this one, I like that. He said or no. So
right.
That way we get that or nah.
Yeah.
You gonna keep his commandments or nah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Make a choice. Right. Hold on a second. Read that. No, you read.
Numbers.
Right.
Book of Numbers, chapter 14. Starting at verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
So Numbers 14, starting at verse 13. And Moshe said unto Yahweh, when the Egyptians shall hear it, for thou broughtest up this people in thy might from among them, and they will tell it to the inhabitants of the land of this land, for they have heard that thou Yahweh are among this people, that thou Yahweh art seen face to face, and that thy cloud standeth over them, and that thou goest before them by daytime in a pillar of a cloud and in a pillar of fire by night. Now, if thou shalt kill all this people as one man, then the nations which have heard the fame of thee will speak, saying, because Yahweh was not able to bring this people into the land which he sware unto them, therefore he hath slain them in the wilderness.
Right, so it's going to show what? Weakness in him. So they flipped on the Most High and said, listen, you're going to look weak if we don't make it. You understand that? Our Heavenly Father's going to look weak if we don't make it. He's going to look like a liar if he don't keep his word that he's given unto us. All right? So we're going to make, you let them know, you're making yourself look bad, but us not making it. Right? Read on.
Verse 17. Now I beseech thee, let the power of my Elohim be great, according as thou hast spoken, saying, Yahweh is long-suffering and of great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgression, and by no means clearing the guilty.
That's right.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation.
Right, so what does that mean? The Most High, he may not get you now, but he'll visit you for generations. All right? How many years we was in hard bondage in this land? 400 plus, man. Right? They had Jamestown, Virginia. They had passed that what's the name of that document that HR 1243. 42.
I like that.
Right? Saying that what we've been in slavery for 400 years, from 1619 to 19 or to 2019. Sorry, 2019. Saying that we've been slaves in this land that long, even though we was here longer, right? But they acknowledging that time, right? So the Most High said he will what? He will punish us for 3 or 4 generations.
Right.
So you gotta look at that time and say, man, that's a lot of generations that passed, right? But that's why the Most High want you start waking us up, because that punishment is coming to an end. All right, what you all do?
This is HR 1242, 115th Congress of the United States of America, at the first session, begun to held in the city of Washington on Tuesday, the 3rd day of January, 217, an act to establish the 400 years of African American History Commission and for other purposes. And it reads, be exacted by the Senate of the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. Section 1, short title. An act may be cited as the 400 Years of African American History Commission Act. Commemoration. The term commemoration means the commemoration of the 400th anniversary of the arrival of Africans in the English colonies at Point Comfort, Virginia in year 1619.
Wow. So that's what they say. This is a commemoration of your arrival. Like you showed up on the cruise ship. Right? Esau won't tell the truth to save his life. Yeah, on your arrival in 1619. Right? Right? But we were enslaved and by force, our families torn apart. Right. You know, sold on auction blocks. Right? Killed on those ships coming over the Atlantic. Right? Thrown in the water for sharks to eat our bodies. Starved and malnourished. Malnourished on the boat. Little tongue tie right there. Right? Right, Shalom.
I want to say also show proof, because like some people think they're not slaves.
Right.
You know, that's showing them that to this day we still slaves.
Still here. What's the letter I kept? You know, they got people in jail that say they're free.
Free in my mind, brother.
It's called being a little bit crazy, a little bit deranged, right? All right. Listen, we suffer, you know, like the priest always say, post-slavery syndrome, post-traumatic slave syndrome, right? We want to just believe that everything is good. We don't want everything to be good. We just want to believe it is. Right? There it goes. Post-traumatic slave syndrome. This is what we suffer about, right? And the author is a sister, join the group, right? Right? Post-traumatic slave syndrome. That's what we suffer from. Right? Stockholm syndrome is another one we suffer from. Right? We love our enemy and we love each other. Right? We want his approval before we want approval of our own. Right? We love him before we love us. All right? And that's all because of this post-slavery mentality. So we got to take off that whole slavery mentality. It takes a while. It doesn't come off easy. Right? Exodus. Right? USA Today. So they know who we are. Why would they use the word Exodus? Because they know that these people are the same people written about in the book of Exodus. That's why they called it Exodus. It's very simple, right? We make it more complicated. Maybe it's a deep meaning. There's no deep meaning. Right. These are the same people from the book of Exodus. Right. That's it. Right. It's labels. Right? But we try to make it mean something else. Right? So they know who we are.
You mind if I read the bottom of that?
Come.
It literally says, 400 years ago, the African arrival into America. And then it's interesting, they say they use the word what? How black migrations.
Aren't migrations when people just move?
Willingly.
Like I migrated from New York to Florida, right? I decided to go there. They make it sound like we decided to get on a slave ship.
Yeah, they make it look like that's how we came with our luggage.
Yeah, we got our luggage, our bags. We got nice shoes on. That's not how we came here. You show you how they're very deceptive on the way they depict things to make you believe something is not happening. And we talked about it earlier about the illusions that bring forth a delusion, right? We're delusional in a lot of our mind state. Why? Because we're under all these illusions and we don't see the truth, right? But the Most High He's taking them all off of us. And He said He's taking the scales from our eyes and we're going to see. Right? We're going to see things for what they are. Right? It's propaganda. But we can even learn from that. Right, guys?
Is it me? Those don't even look like Africans. The picture like you're shaded in. You look closer, that phenotype doesn't, to me, it doesn't look like they're the people that came over. As far as the straight in the jaw and the phenotype. But it may be just me.
Right. Let's take a closer look. That look like a brother.
Yeah, the one.
And he's breathing well over there. Right? He don't look like Esau. But I see what you're saying with that. Because they're so dressed up in Esau's attire, I think. We shave up our faces and we dress up in Esau attire, we start to look like him. Right? We start to resemble him. Right? But it's interesting that what you see, but our sisters look like Hebrew. So and I see what you're saying. What if they in blackface, right? Probably talking about that one in the corner right there. Yeah, that one in that corner right there.
Yeah, he like a Mississippi G, like.
Yeah, But our people have many different looks to us. Remember, it's 12 tribes of us, and all 12 were different. We had different looks, different characteristics amongst our nation. All right, so let's read on. Let's finish this chapter.
We're in the book of Numbers, chapter 14, verse 19. Pardon, I beseech thee, the iniquity of this people, according unto the greatness of thy mercy. And as thou hast forgiven this people from Egypt, even until now. Verse 20. And Yahweh said, I have pardoned according to thy word. But as truly as I live, all the earth shall be filled with the glory of Yahweh. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me, now these 10 times.
Now these 10 times you tempted in this time. He counting too. Moses said they tempted me 10 times. Read on.
And have not hearkened unto my voice. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers.
Right, so everybody came out of Egypt. Of everybody that came out of Egypt, who made it to the promised land? Two people. Out of 600,000. Two. Think about that number. 600,000, two made it. Everybody else that came into the land, they were born in the wilderness. Right? So to tell you that the Most High, he ain't looking for numbers, man. You're not looking for the majority. If you're looking for the big congregation and the big church, you got the wrong idea.
Right.
Right? Most High says that 2 out of a city, 1 out of a family. Right? That's what he's looking for. Everybody understand that? Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14, starting at verse 22. Because all those men which have seen my glory and my miracles, which I did in Egypt and in the wilderness, and have tempted me now these 10 times, and have not hearkened to my voice.
Right.
Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. But my servant Caleb.
Right, but my servant Caleb, come on.
Because he hath another spirit with him.
He has a what?
Another spirit with him.
I mean, Caleb's spirit was different.
Oh, yeah.
As I said, he had another spirit, brother.
If the Lord's not looking for numbers, why is Numbers a chapter in the Bible?
Numbers in the Bible means to take a census, to take a count. So they were just taking a census of the children of Israel. So that's why that book is called Numbers. Right? Kind of like when they come to your house and say how much people was in your house. So that's how we know there was 600,000 of us coming out of Egypt.
600,000 exact?
600 and some odd thousand, maybe not exact, right? Over 600,000.
That was the men, right?
And that was the men, right?
20 and up.
20 and up. That was just the men 20 and up. So it was more than that, actually. Way more than 600,000. But for men 20 and up, there was 600,000. That was the census that was taken, right? Because men 20 and up are what? Are able to fight, able to battle, or able to defend the nation. So that's why they was numbering them. But we all, out of all those men, 2 made it to the promised land. Caleb and Joshua. Everybody else died off in the wilderness. All right? Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14, and verse 23. Surely they shall not see the land which I swear unto their fathers, neither shall any of them that provoke me see it. But my servant Caleb, because he had another spirit with him, and hath followed me fully, him will I bring into the land whereinto he went, and his seed shall possess it. Verse 25. Now the Amalekites and the Canaanites dwelt in the valley. Tomorrow turn you and get you into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And Yahweh spake unto Masha and to Aharon, saying, verse 27, how long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard their murmurings of the children of Israel, which they murmur against me. Verse 28, saying to them, as truly as I live, saith Yahweh, as ye have spoken in mine ears, so will I do to you. Your carcasses shall fall in the wilderness.
Oh, man. Read on.
And all that were numbered of you, according to your whole number, from 20 years old and upward.
Right, so that's how we get the book of Numbers. So according to the whole number of 20 years or older, come on.
Which have murmured against me,
right?
Doubtless ye shall not come into the land, concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun.
Read.
Verse 31. But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in.
Right.
And they shall know the land which ye have despised.
Come on.
Verse 32. But as for you, your carcasses, they shall fall in this wilderness. And your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years and bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness. After the number of the days in which ye search the land, after 40 days, each day for a year, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years, and ye shall know my breach of promise.
Right.
Verse 35, the book of Numbers, chapter 14. I, Yahweh, have said, I will surely do it unto all this evil congregation that are gathered together against me in this wilderness. They shall be consumed, and there they shall die. Verse 36. And the men which Mashah sent to search the land, who returned and made all the congregation to murmur against him by bringing up a slander upon the land, even those men which did bring up an evil report upon the land died by the plague before Yahweh.
Right.
But Joshua the son of Nun and Caleb the son of Jephunneh, which were of the men that went to search the land, lived still. And Mashah told these sayings unto the children of Israel, and the people mourned greatly.
Right, they were mourning. They couldn't believe that the Most High what? That he threatened them like that.
Death sentence.
The Most High don't play around. We gotta understand, we can't keep tempting him. Right? The Most High can run out of patience on us. And that's called judgment. Right? When his patience ends, here comes judgment. So don't think that the Most High is going to continue to take, whatever you give him. You have to be, mindful not to be in jeopardy, put your life in jeopardy over and over again. Everybody understand that? We repent, we trust the Most High, we move forward. We don't keep ourselves in jeopardy. Right? We don't.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14, starting at verse 40. And they rose up early in the morning and got them up into the top of the mountain, saying, Lo, we are here. We will go up into the place which Yahweh hath promised, for we have sinned. And Mashah said, Wherefore now do you transgress the commandment of Yahweh? But it shall not prosper. Go not up, for Yahweh is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies.
Right, so he said, don't go to war, don't go to battle yet, because without the Most High, we ain't going to win. We can't win without the Most High. Everybody understand that? When the Most High is with us, nothing can be against us. Give me Isaiah 55, verse 17. It's like, 55, it's like a 54, 17. Isaiah 54, 17.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 17.
Come on.
No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper.
Right. When you're rolling in the spirit of the Most High, there's no weapon ever created that can stop you. Right? Not his delusions, not his tricks, not his policies. Nothing can stop you if you are rolling in the spirit of the Most High. Read.
And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment,
read on.
Thou shalt condemn.
You can condemn it. Read on.
This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh.
Right, that's your heritage. That's who you are. And you can stand up against anybody and anything. Everybody understand that? Most nations would have fell apart without people that have been through. And continue to go through to this day. But we're still steadfast. We still pushing, for some sort of quality, whatever in this kingdom. But we have to turn back to the Most High. They're having round tables. They're having discussions. They're saying this is the problem. Economics. They went everywhere. Now they talking about reparation. How can you give reparation when somebody took everything?
Everything.
Right? How do you give them back that? How do you give us back, generations? Right? So that's impossible. Reparation is impossible.
Right.
That's why it's not acceptable. Right?
Sirach 33:1.
Possibly. But I want to go back to Numbers. I finish this chapter.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 17, starting at the end.
Mm-hmm.
This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh.
Right. So let's go back to Numbers.
The book of Numbers, chapter 14, starting at verse 43. So like that, let's start at 42. Go not up, for Yahweh is not among you, that ye be not smitten before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you.
Right.
And ye shall fall by the sword, because ye are turned away from Yahweh. Therefore Yahweh will not be with you. But they presume to go up unto the hilltop.
They want to hear it. Right? They still say, you know what? Don't worry about that. We got this. Now they want to be brave. Now that the Most High turn their back. A lot of times that's what it is. When things is too late, that's when you want to do right. When you had all the opportunity to do right, you continue to do wrong. But when things is out of your control, when things is terrible, then you say, you know what? Now you want to do what's right. But it's too late now. You had an opportunity to serve the Most High. They had 10 times tempted the Most High before he said, you know, enough is enough. All right, read.
Verse 44, the book of Numbers, chapter 15. But they presumed to go up unto the hilltop. Nevertheless, the ark of the covenant of Yahweh and Mashah departed not out of the camp.
Right.
Then the Amalekites came down, and the Canaanites which dwelled in that land, and smote them and discomforted them, even unto Hormah.
Right, so even unto Hormah. So they all came down and smote them, brothers, and they want to go up and fight without the Most High. So we're going to stop right here before we enter the chapter 15. But we're going to take the break at this point in time. This is the time we do announcements and things of that sort. Any announcements, Marshall?
No moon coming up.
We got a preparation for new moon. The way we prepare for new moon, for those that may be new, everyone brings something, right? We make a list so we know what everyone's bringing. So we go around the room and we ask everyone what they're going to bring, food items or items needed for the feast. Items needed for the feast. That includes plates, burners, cups, napkins, or maybe a dish or two, or drinks, or So that's what we do. We go around the room. Everybody says what they're bringing. So we're going to do that at the end, or right? At the end. Okay. We'll do that at the end of the service after the praise. All right. So after we praise, we'll do that. What else? What you got?
We should do it before the praise so nobody don't leave.
You want to do it before the praise?
Yeah.
So you want to do it right after the break?
Yeah, let's do it right after the break, yeah.
All right. Right after we come back from break, we'll pause a moment and we'll go through and see who's bringing what. We'll scribe it up. We'll have somebody write it up. Huh? What else we got?
Date.
All right. Those of you that know, we have tomorrow evening eldership induction for Priest Kahan. Hallelujah. We will post the flyer up there during the break for those that need the information. It will not be here. Okay, it's going to be in Sunrise.
Sunset Strip.
Also Sunset Strip. But we'll post the flyer up there so you're all aware of where and when. Tomorrow at 7. It's going to be a beautiful event. So come out, support the priest, support Lada Zion, and and also everything is a learning experience. Becoming the elder in Israel is a glorious thing. Becoming an elder, the Lord's statutes and commandments is something worthy to be celebrated. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a work that's worthy to be celebrated. So we're doing that tomorrow at 7 p.m. and the address will be up on the screen shortly. All right, other announcements. So I guess we'll leave it at that. So enjoy your break. We'll blow the horn when it's time to come back. Stretch your legs, have your lunch, eat something if you got something, share something if you got something to share. All right. So mingle, get to know your brothers and sisters. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.